In this session, we are going to cover pricing in CRM. The key thing about pricing in CRM is the IPC, the Internet Pricing and Configurator. And this is the single entity that is responsible for pricing across the whole of the CRM system, be it mobile service, mobile sales, web client, e-commerce, or sales in ERP as well. The Internet Pricing and Configurator provides consistent pricing information to different parts of CRM, and it is switched off in an implementation in a very, very rare case where there is no pricing or no configuration required. IPC is used in standalone CRM scenarios as well as where CRM has a back-end ERP system. So in scenarios without ERP integration, you can set up the pricing customizing in CRM and maintain all the conditions there. This data then is only available in CRM and cannot be transferred to the ERP system. In scenarios with ERP integration, the pricing customizing is set up in ERP and the conditions are maintained there. Both the customizing and master data can be transferred from the ERP system to the CRM system via CRM middleware. In this scenario, you cannot change the transferred customizing in CRM. Also, the transferred conditions cannot be changed in CRM. This scenario is used when you typically want ERP billing for certain CRM business transactions. The main component of CRM pricing is the pricing procedure. So, for example, the pricing procedure contains different elements that make up the price components. We'll go in a little more detail in the various price components, but first let's have a look at how is this pricing procedure determined in a transaction. Essentially, the pricing procedure determination involves various factors. For example, the sales organization, the distribution channel, the indicator field on the document, which is called the document pricing procedure, assigned to the transaction type, and a customer pricing procedure, which again can be used for customers that are, for example, VAT exempt, and so on and so forth. Coming to the components of the pricing procedure, the first one is the condition type. This is what defines the characteristics and attributes of a pricing condition. The calculation type and the scale type can be defined for each condition type. It can be set up as an automatic surcharge or an automatic discount condition type. Condition types typically have a source system, which could be either CRM or another system such as R3. And it is to be noted that some ERP condition types like BPRS, which denotes the cost of goods, cannot be used in CRM. Condition types use something called the access sequence. The access sequence is essentially a search strategy that the system uses to search for valid data in a specific condition type, and it consists of one or more accesses that are each defined by specifying a condition table. We'll go into more details of the condition table in a minute. The sequences of the accesses controls the priority of the individual condition records. The accesses tell the system where to start searching after a valid condition record is found. You can create an access sequence for each condition type for which you create condition records. And the final component of the pricing procedure is the condition table. This is where the actual prices are actually maintained. A condition table defines the combination of fields that an individual condition record consists of. The condition table consists of a combination of search as well as result fields. The key fields of a condition table must appear together in the start of the table, and the non-key fields cannot appear between any two key fields. Condition tables have certain ranges for the numbering, and the SAP condition tables are created in the ERP system. Customer numbering starts from 501 to 999. And customer condition tables created in the CRM system start with CUS, standing for customer, and then XXXX, where you can put in your specific name or number. This slide shows how the condition technique brings together all the components of the condition pricing conditions and pricing procedures. So for example, the system reads the first condition type of the pricing procedure and determines the assigned access sequence. This step, together with the next step, is repeated for each condition type in the pricing procedure. The system then reads the access sequence with the condition table. The sequence of the condition table forms the search strategy for determining the individual condition records. Each condition table contains the field combinations according to which the system should search in the condition records. For example, business partner first, then product, and then price. This is so that if you have an agreement with the business partner that whatever they buy from a selected list of products, they will always get a price of say $10, irrespective of if the product is $9 or $11 or whatever. You'd want to set up a condition type access sequence that has business partner at the top of the search strategy. In CRM, the condition maintenance works a bit differently to in SAP ECC. We have the concept of a condition maintenance group and context within CRM. A condition maintenance group bundles together condition tables and types for condition maintenance, and there is a special view in condition maintenance for this. In the CRM system, the GCM, which is the General Condition Maintenance, as well as Special Maintenance context exist. In GCM, for example, you can maintain the conditions that are in condition maintenance groups and which are assigned to the GCM maintenance context. You can define separate condition maintenance groups and the assignment of maintenance context in customizing, which we will have a look at in a little bit from now. CRM also offers some pricing functionalities that enable you to do more than what the standard condition technique can provide. Some examples are shown here. You can have formulas for more complex pricing. For example, if you want to pick up some data that does not even reside in the CRM system but in an external system, you could use formulas and baddies for that. You can do manual changes of the system determined price both at the item as well as the header level. You can have currency conversion and free goods discounts, for example. We'll have a look at some of these functionalities in the system and see how they actually work. One of the more complex areas of CRM pricing is tax determination. Now in CRM you have something which is called the TTE, the tax transaction tax engine. This TTE is something unique to CRM in the sense it does not exist in ECC at the moment. This allows you to create billing documents using CRM billing. The TTE determines and calculates tax based on condition records and tax exemption licenses, and it uses the transfer data to determine the tax event, the tax types, and the corresponding tax record. To start the call of the TTE, you need to define a specific condition type, which is 0 TTE or 1 TTE, because without this condition type, the TTE is not called. You cannot call it by a different method. As of CRM 7, there is a persistent tax document, which basically means the way your taxes are calculated is permanently stored in the system, and we can access it anytime to determine how the tax is calculated. Let us create a transaction in the CRM system and see how the pricing is picked up and all the elements that we discussed come into play. So this is my sales order screen. I'm going to click on View. Searching for a telesales order. This is where it is. Let me select the sold party with the store. The system now asks me to choose an organization unit, so let me choose the first one, US Sales and Service. Now go and look at the items. There are none, so I need to put in an item before I can get a price. So I put this item with quantity 1 and this is my net value. Now I go back and I see my prices shown in different segments. Net value, tax amount is 0, and the cost value is the same as net value, 19.99. So what I shall do now is I'll save this transaction. My number is this, which I will copy and take it to the bin client. This is my product. I double click on that, conditions tab, and this is where I see my pricing components: the base price, any discounts, in the scenario there are none, tax, and a few other condition types. So this pricing procedure brings together the various elements of pricing and actually presents to you the final price. If we go to customizing in CRM, basic functions, pricing, you find settings for pricing, and this is where you define the condition tables, take a look at the pricing procedure. Let us look at one of the standard ones, which is the standard CRM, control data. And this pricing procedure, 0CRM01, is made up of so many different condition types. Each of these condition types might represent a discount, or charge, or freight, tax, and things of that sort. So this is where my different condition types are. This is where I define whether this condition type, for example, is a manual discount. I might want my call center agents to be able to give some manual discounts. This one defines whether it is mandatory condition type, and this one defines whether it is statistical. Statistical essentially means that the customer is not actually charged. It doesn't affect the totals or the subtotals or any financial postings, but is mainly regarded for reporting or as an intermediate step in the final calculation. This is where we discuss the formulae that allow you to add your own logic to the condition types. So there's a lot of formulae provided by SAP, and you can create your own. These are more requirements for conditions, formulae, and base formulae, which allows you to change the base value for a percentage condition type. So for example, I want 10% of the base price, but for a specific calculation I want the base price to be increased by 5 each time. So those things are possible using this base formula. Let us look at the condition tables. So this is what they look like. All these are provided by SAP, but down at the bottom you'll find some which are created by the users. And condition types, which actually brings the condition table and the access sequence together. So for example, let's take the standard material condition type and look at the details. This is where you define your access sequence. So access sequence is OK04, and this is the condition technique that will be used. There are various condition techniques available in CRM. For example, external condition type and the standard condition technique, new versus old, financial mathematics for leasing, and so on and so forth. The ones here, customer reserve 1, 2, and 3, are typically used when you want to use your own logic and your own condition technique for a specific condition type. You can define a discount or a surcharge, positive or negative, manual entries here, and if we scroll down, you'll see some more parameters that allow you to fine-tune the condition types to your exact project needs. In the next section in customizing, you actually determine the pricing procedures for a transaction. So this is let's look at one example. If my sales org is this, and my distribution channel is 01, and my division is blank, my document pricing procedure is A, my customer pricing procedure is 1, then I want this pricing procedure to be picked up. This is where in customizing you define the determination of a pricing procedure. And you have the other settings like assigning document pricing procedure to transactions. For example, the transaction we used just now, which was telesales. The telesales transaction, let's have a look at the details of this. So this is where I assign my document pricing procedure to the transaction type telesales. I've used standard, and this in turn is used for the actual pricing procedure determination. With CRM 7, the web client user interface has taken a big leap forward and is one of the key reasons why CRM 7 is so successful today. One of the key things in the web client UI is that all CRM users have the same L-shaped interface. The UI is designed for users and provides a role-based workspace with easy navigation and user interfaces. One of the key concepts in CRM is the concept of a business role. We have seen these roles earlier while logging on to the web client UI. Some of the different roles are, for example, Sales Pro and Service Pro. These two are the ones we are going to use extensively in this video series. And there are other roles like Marketing Pro, Analytics Pro, and so on and so forth. Later on, after the end of slides, we'll have a look at where and how these roles are maintained in customizing. The business roles are assigned to an org unit or a position in the org structure. Employees and users are assigned to positions and thereby inherit the business role that has been assigned to the org unit or position. The org model can be edited either in the SAP GUI or even in the web client UI. But if you are an old hand at SAP, you would typically prefer to do so in the SAP GUI simply because of ease of navigation and quicker response times. The navigation bar profile of the web client is assigned directly to a user role. The joint customizing of business roles and navigation bar means that users are assigned only the role-specific entries, tasks, and reports that are relevant to them. All of the displayed links are part of the navigation bar profile, and these links are partially grouped together for ease of usage via work centers. For example, the navigation bar offers 4 different types of logical links. These are link, which opens a CRM application such as the search or a create page. Work center, which opens a work center, for example, sales cycle, Sales Pro, or service order, Service Pro. Launch transaction. This uses the transaction launcher to open an integrated external application. And the fourth one is BI reports, which open a BI report page. External applications can be added to the CRM navigation bar using the ITS, which is the Internet Transaction Server. Using this, you can add links to websites, external websites, transactions of an ERP system, or admin transactions of the CRM system. In order to enhance the UI or to add your own pages or links or layout, we can go to the component workbench using transaction BSP WD CMP WB. We'll have a look at this transaction in a short while. This is where you see the various views, the various classes that actually run the code behind these views, and you can do a lot of customizing to it and a lot of coding as well depending on the business requirements. The Easy Enhancement Workbench is a development tool that can be used to enhance SAP application. Wizards are used in the workbench to define customer enhancements of business objects. This means that users, even without any ABAP knowledge, can also make enhancements to the standard SAP system. The technical structure of an enhancement created with the EEWB or the Easy Enhancement Workbench is no different from the one created manually. In both cases, transportable ABAP objects are created and the same customer exists. Business transaction events or baddies are implemented as you would in a manual implementation. The only difference is the way that the required objects are created. The automation provided by the Easy Enhancement Workbench is achieved through template objects that are adjusted to the enhancement definition and created by a generator. The enhancement applies to all systems mostly. For example, when you enhance a business object in CRM, the BDocs that carry that business object are also adjusted. The component enhancement framework allows you to copy existing views into the customer namespace, and this copy can then be adjusted. This concept is based on the component enhancement concept. That is, it involves enhancements to the functions of standard components, standard views, and controllers that are provided by SAP. If you want to adjust standard SAP components according to your business needs, you should first check whether you can use the UI configuration tool. An enhancement set is used to merge several component enhancements so that they are transported and activated at the same time. Let us now go to customizing and see how business roles are defined and assigned. So I go to CRM, go to UI framework, business roles, define business role. This takes me to a screen where I can see all the roles that are currently defined in the system. So if I were to select the role that we've been using a lot, which is Service Pro, see the details, and this is what I see. The role profile, standard description, role configuration key, navbar profile, layout profile, technical profile, a PSTG role ID. This essentially means that authorizations are directly assigned to this business role. Role configuration key is default by standard, but you can define your own if you want specific views within this role to be different for different users. The navbar profile is something can see in more detail. This drives the kind of L-shaped structure you see and what is available in the form of a work center there. So if you look at these work centers assigned to this role, we'll see things like work list, billing that we saw earlier, complaints, and so on and so forth. And I can adjust it by deleting a work center, for example, or by adding another one. So I've added the work center called service dashboard onto this row. So we will now see how these roles are actually assigned to the user. For this, an important transaction PPOMA_CRM, which takes me to the org structure as defined in CRM. Now I'm working as user 11, which is assigned to the US Sales and Service org unit. Under this there are various positions, IC agent, and this is user 11. Now if I go to details of this business org unit, US Sales and Service, I'll see various info types here. Info types are normally entities used in HR, human resources. And under this I see there's a business role, which this indicator states exists. So I go and view this, and this is the business role assigned to my user. So when I log on to the web client, I will see the navigation bar as defined under this business role. Now when I log on to the web client, I actually see a lot more roles than the role which we saw just now. And the reason for that is, being a super user, I have assigned myself a special key. If I go to parameters of my user ID, I have assigned myself a CRM role profile of star, which basically means that I will see all the roles that are defined in the system. Now this is typically used by consultants or by super users to troubleshoot problems or while doing development. Now if I take this off, I will expect to see only one role, or in case I'm assigned to multiple org units, then a couple of roles and not the full gamut. So let me just take it off, save, and then log on again to the CRM UI. So now I log in into CRM UI again, and I hope to see a much smaller set of roles. And there you go. Now I enter the UI under the standard service pro role, and I go to a transaction, say billing document list. Now in this transaction, if I want to enhance any field, provided the field is editable, I just move my cursor onto that field and press F2, and what this will do is to show me all the technical details. of that field, that view, that component. So for example, the role key is default, the component is VAVDS billing document, enhancement set is ZHS enhancement, the package is standard SAP package, and so on and so forth. This will help me identify which view is it that I need to go to the component workbench and enhance. So this is the kind of detail: available search criteria, selected search criteria. This detail will help me enhance the search criteria here if I wanted to. So this is what I have available, but I could add to it or take out a few features if I do not have need for them. Now after I have identified my UI component, I can go to the component workbench, and the transaction for that is VSP, WD, CMP, WB that we discussed earlier. I click here, and this is my component, this is my enhancement set. Go to display, and in here I can see the different views, the different controllers, the different windows, and the different custom controllers, etc. for that particular component. So if I select this specific view, for example, I can see a configuration tab. Once I click that, I can actually see the configuration for this view, and if I wish to edit it, I can edit this configuration and simply make certain fields appear or disappear on my view. Now assuming you wanted to add a new field to a view, but the field does not exist in CRM, it's a brand new field that you want. In this case, you will need to use the Easy Enhancement Workbench. The transaction for this is EEWB, which is basically the abbreviation for Easy Enhancement Workbench. Now if I go to my projects, I see that I have defined a project under this package. I go to new, and here in where I enter the description of my extension and which object do I want to enhance. It might be the business partner, the lead, the loyalty object, the opportunity, or any of these objects. What is my extension type? Essentially around the customer, header data, item data, or the transaction or the product data. So this is how I extend my field catalog, and after I have done that, then I can create a view or add those new fields to an existing view. So these were some of the features of the new UI and how you could enhance the new UI by creating new fields, new roles, and new components.